Okay, how we all doing today? We excited to be making fun stuff? I sure know I am. Let's jump in. Whew. Get all of our lights on. Although, for some reason, the webcam is not plugged in. What's going on here? Excuse me, webcam. Where did you go? Camera. Huh. What, This is very strange. Let's go, Ameripon. We can see your mic, so doesn't that mean that it's plugged in? You would imagine so. But here I am moving my mic, and nothing is updating. And there's no lights on my camera. The shadows caused by the green screen are actually kind of cool. Yeah, this is strange. What happens if I, like, deactivate then activate? There we go. Okay. With all of my settings gone. This is perfect. Let's fix this real quick. My goodness. Professional streaming here, folks. There we go. Let's get all this stuff loaded back up. Move this back over. All right, we're getting pretty close. Oh, let me move this back over. And there we kind of are. Wow, you're so white. I've heard that every single day of my life since I was born, Ameripon. Where are we at here? Over here. We have problems over here. What is going on? We're seeing all sorts of stuff that we shouldn't be seeing. Oh, did my filters get reset? No, they didn't. Wow. This is bizarre. He was sent to the Shadow Realm. No kidding. Let's try that. It's a little bit better, but did this get like scooted over or something? What is going on? You know, you work so hard to develop a system so that you can just click the go live button and everything works. And then the system inexplicably breaks. Where are we at here? Wow. Over there. Oh, that's why. Because our light was facing the wrong direction. All right. There we are. I hope you're all having an amazing day. I hope you're all building some incredible stuff. I have loved these conversations happening on Discord. Really, really cool stuff. All right. There we go. Thanks for sticking around with us while we get that worked out. Goodness. Attack of the stream. K-Ho-How over on YouTube. Hello. How are you, friend? How's your day been? We today are going to be working on some really neat stuff. This is the game plan. We met as a Game Jam team last night, and we came up with a Gantt chart, Trello board sort of thing for everyone to accomplish before the Game Jam ends, ending with submission. So we now have a timeline of everything we know we need to get done every day for the rest of the jam. So for me, I have the greatest teammates ever. There was a problem with the deck that we've run into this a little bit on the stream, but there was a problem where when you were reshuffling, for some reason it was corrupting the data. And it looks like Adam solved that for me last night. That is tremendously kind of him. Okay. Well, heavens. He fixed the tower placement bug, which is huge. Export problem is because collisions don't work. I know what I need to do. Okay, cool. I'm new here. What jam is this? So this is for the PirateSoftware GameJam. PirateSoftware, they do big streaming on Twitch and YouTube. They're just a community. They're not like a software development company, just a guy who is making games. And the theme for it is it's spreading. Let me go over here. It's spreading. And we have been going through a it's a 2-week long game jam, gathering inspiration, coming up with all sorts of design ideas, and we have been having a great time. This is kind of getting an earlier version of what we've been building, a tower defense deck builder, and I'm going to go into that in just a second. I can show you the actual project. So for today, what I need to do is I need to work on the UI for hand redrawing, and then we need to start looking at music. And if I can get those things done, then we'll have done a very good job today. And then tomorrow, I need to replace some of the sprites and make sure we have all the most recent art in our build. And then I need to try and disable playing cards while the enemy is taking their turn. And then on Thursday is going to be completely devoted to play testing and refining. And then Friday will be last minute refinements and then the submission. And then we'll be done. And this whole big crazy event will be over and it'll be a wild, wild thing. Amanusis on Twitch, PirateSoftware, no relation. Yes, PirateSoftware. Kehorao on YouTube. I've seen him on YouTube. Nice. Yeah, he streams at stupid hours, though. 2 a.m. or something. Okay, all right. So, we actually got a bit of a shout out from him. I'm going to put this in chat. We got a little bit of a shout out where he tweeted about one of our videos because it used his face as a thumbnail. And he said that it was a very silly thing. You can check out that tweet there. I thought, as a responsible business owner, because what we're doing here is not just, I'm not just hanging out playing games or streaming or whatever. We're actually building a nonprofit. And this nonprofit is dedicated to helping people gain the skill sets they need to enter into the games industry. And so I thought, okay, this is a PR opportunity that, would be dangerously irresponsible of me, negligent even, to just let exist and go away. So I thought I'll go onto his stream and I'll try and find a way to get him to bring this tweet up on the stream and get it in front of his audience of 12,000 people, right? So I was staying up late night. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just hang out. I know he streams kind of late, right? Because he streams all the way until the morning my time. And I thought, it's 10, 11 o'clock. When does he actually stream? And I look up his schedule. He starts at 1 a.m. his own time, which is crazy pants to me. I don't know how he does it. And then he streams for 12 hours, and then he goes and runs several businesses. So I wake up at 2 a.m., and I get my TTS put up and answered by him. And I got my due, but man, it was brutal. It was brutal. So yeah, it's great to have you here, Kehorao. Thanks for joining in. And excited for everyone here on Twitch. We're growing. Look at this, you guys. You're all building up the community. This is awesome. We've been having so much great chatter on Discord and everything. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of those things where we're starting to see, oh my goodness, people are actually starting to show up for this. People are starting to buy into the mission and the vision, and seeing how not only this is helpful for them, but for others. And we're building a community, and I could not be more excited. Because the entire mission of the nonprofit is going to 100% hinge on audience. If we don't have audience, no one is going to believe in this. No one is going to sponsor. No one is going to create the financial space where we're going to be able to have teams of strangers come together every 6 months, build projects, get portfolio things done while being paid, so that they can actually devote the time to learning, and where they can actually get relationships built with game developers and learn how to network and learn how to sell themselves, and we can sell them. None of that is going to happen if we don't have people watching. So thank you to all of you for being here today. This is so great. I love seeing this growth. Absolutely tremendous. Thank you, thank you. That being said, I have my marching orders for the day. I need to crank in some work here and refine, and get stuff ready for the Game Jam. So let's go ahead and head back to Game Maker. We're going to reload this here because I just pulled down from Get. And this should be quite a lot of work from our lead developer last night who did just a ton of stuff. So today, UI for hand redraw, and we're going to be looking at music. And hopefully Game Maker doesn't crash. Come on. Oh, did it recover? Come on, Game Maker, you can do it. I believe in you. I'd give you a shoulder rub if I could, but you can do this. Yes! Excellent. Love it, love it, love it. By the way, I'm trying to put my microphone a little bit further away from me today because I noticed yesterday we had a whole lot of peaking on the microphone, which does not sound good. I've got some plans to try and swap out the cable on this guy. I've heard that these cables on the Blue Yetis can be troublesome and cause a lot of interference. Bumped up the gain a little bit to try and, or toned it down so that we're not peaking as much, but also hopefully we're not getting as much whine on the microphone. If things are still happening, let me know. We're in the constant improvement space right now. So let's show off the game that we've built, which is crazy to say, like it's built. It exists. We have this Bile and Coal here, and working title. It'll have a different one soon. But here you are. You are an eldritch monstrosity bursting from the ground, and your job is to spread your presence across the land and defend against encroaching humans, which you can start to see coming over here. And we do this through our deck. So every time we play a card, it has a time cost associated with it. Think old rogue style. So every time we're playing a card, we are advancing the world state by that amount of cost. But if we don't do anything, the world doesn't move, right? Once again, very old style rogue. We can go to our shop. We can buy cards at any moment. Let's say I want a defensive tower, and let's get some more land spread available. And we'll call that good for now. So I can keep on expanding. I'm going to try and gun for this coal mine up here. I didn't have enough. Let's see, what can I do? I'm going to throw down a dissolve, start harvesting some of this stone. Let's start getting some more of the wood with our nah card. And let's get our defensive tower put up. So now, when this guy moves over, this defensive tower is going to hit him. But now we have this guy coming up, so we have to start planning ahead. We have to start thinking many turns in advance. How do we defend from many different angles? And I finally can go and get my coal tower, but now this guy's coming in. I don't really have a plan on how to stop him. I can pay a wood that I've been harvesting with these towers over here. I can pay some wood to try and get it. Ooh, we got a calcify. That's good. That's a wall, a defensive tower. We can buy that. But now this guy's at my base. So I'm going to take a damage. And your base has 10 health to start off with. Let's get another writhe up here because we are struggling. And then we can just kind of keep going. And the goal is eventually to get this consume everything card, which costs every resource that there is available in the game. Buy that. And then, let's see. Ooh, I'm locked there. Let's refresh. Once we get that plate in our hand. Oh, there's our engorge. Good. We can build our coal mine again. Once we draw that big red card that we had, let's get our tentacle towers up. Oh no, we are getting totally swarmed. Oh dear, it is spreading. It is spreading. Confirmed. Here we go. We have consume everything. This is a 50 time cost card. So you play that, and if you survive the 50 turns, then you eat the island, and you progress to the next stretch of land. So there we go. We consume everything, and now everyone is going to rush in and try and kill us, and we lose. Oh no. And that's the game. That's the whole game that we're building. So it's super cool. It's thrilling to have created this from nothing. When it was just a wee sparkle in people's eyes of just kind of throwing around random ideas. And eventually it landed on this Alien Bug City Builder paired with Industrial Revolution. And it's been great. It's super cool. Game Loop is in. Nice. Yes, Game Loop is in. It's all there. Like, it's a working, breathing game. It exists, and we're so excited about it. Kehodao over on YouTube. Nice. Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're excited. Are you building something? I think you mentioned you might be building a game. I'm not sure. Feel free to fill me in on the details. I want to hear about your project. Once again, this is a space for helping people gain the skill set they need to become game developers, to enter into the game industry. And a big part of that is sharing successes with each other. And that's important not only for us, because now we get to feel, yay, I have successes, and people see that, and that's validating, but it's also important for the other people that are watching and are not talking. Because those people need inspiration. And seeing the projects you guys are working on shows, you know what, like, I can do this. Like, it's okay, it's approachable. I don't have to be the best programmer in the world. I can make stuff, and that's important. Ameripon on Twitch, I finally got my game loop done yesterday. Oh, congratulations, dude. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I can't wait to see that. We're gonna do the same song and dance we do every single day, Ameripon. I apologize. And it's made worse because there's another person who hangs out in chat regularly who has a very similar color palette to your avatar. So I know yours is I believe it's Superman or something, I don't know, but like same exact colors. Is yours the passing notes in class, or is it the ants? I always forget which. Kehodo, now I'm prepping for Global Game Jam this weekend. Very cool. Is that, what organization is putting that on? Virite over on Twitch. To be fair, getting something made and finished is more important than making something elegant and pretty in the back end. 100% correct. Absolutely. Everyone has amazing ideas. Everyone has brilliant ideas. And it's one of the greatest tragedies in the world that those brilliant ideas don't get to live. And so an idea that is actually built and executed on is infinitely better, even if it's a bad idea or a lukewarm idea, infinitely better than a brilliant idea that never gets built. Absolutely. Fans don't wear your code on t-shirts. Although, you know, I've seen my fair share of up, up, down, down, back, left, right, BA, start, select sheet t-shirts. It wouldn't surprise me if there were maybe some Undertale shirts or something with a lot of F statements. I'm in Austin, Texas, so it starts Friday for us over on YouTube with Kehodo. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Is that, who's putting that on? Ameripon, yes, passing notes in class. Very cool. And Amanusis, also in here. Hey, welcome. Good to see ya. I think I'm the ants person you're referring to. Yes, thank you. I always mix you two up. I don't know if you can see this on Twitch or not, but in the streaming software that I use, I see your guys' avatars, and they're like same color palette. Same color palette, like same V shape kind of coming down. I apologize. I've actually been thinking about this all day today. I kid you not. I've been running around trying to prep the house for the new baby coming in a few weeks and taking care of the 3-year-old so that my wife can do her illustration work. I've been thinking all day, I need to write down the names of people and their projects because the visuals just, I get confused every time. So Ameripon is passing notes. Congrats on getting the gameplay loop done. That's a huge, huge deal. And then we have Amanusis, who, by the way, has been streaming his progress on his game jam. That's how I found him. Great guy. Loved hanging out in his stream. Very good streamer. Ants, yes, and those rad algorithms and stuff. I almost even more interesting to me than the ants is like, how did that technology work out that you were experimenting with? Sounds super crazy. I've got a member of our Game Jam team as well who I think would just be fascinated to hear about that. Khadao on YouTube. I think it's run by a non-profit with the same name of Global Game Jam. Really? Global Game Jam. Right on. Okay, very cool. About. Non-profit registered in California, our mission is to empower all individuals worldwide to learn, experiment, and create together through the medium of games in a safe and welcoming environment. That's awesome. That's so cool. So it sounds like game jams are just like the event that they do in order to accomplish that mission. That is super cool. That is very rad. I need to go reach out to them and see if we can sponsor each other or have some partnership there, because our missions overlap a good amount, but the execution is different. And that would be really cool to be a part of that. They have GitHub as a sponsor. Wow. And AWS for games. Jeez. Unity. Holy cow. Good for them. Wow. Fred Rogers Productions. Wow. This is a big organization. I've never heard of them. Thank you for sharing. I need to check them out. That's super rad. Virite, over on Twitch, had the 1,000 case switch statement could exist, but the fact Toby finished is more impressive, so long as the clutches run smoothly. Of course, yeah, that's the thing, right? Nobody sees your code. Nobody sees your code. And if you are trying to make your code so pretty that people appreciate it, you are narrowing your market to a very, very, very select few individuals. So don't worry about it. Get to working. Working is a million times more important. I mean, it says, yeah, I'm going to try streaming later today. Nice, right on. Made some progress off stream the past 2 days. Very cool, very cool. Well, if I'm around, I will definitely try and hop onto the stream because I'm very excited to see more. Very, very cool. All right. Whoa, y'all are chatty today. This is great. I love it. This is exactly what we hope to see. Building a community of people, encouraging each other, supporting each other, doing impossible things. Thank you all for being here. So, UI for hand draw. Oh, hold on. I'm receiving a notification that I missed something. Did I miss something? From Dark Doombringer? Hold on. I'm not seeing anything from Dark Doombringer. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there it is. Do you like my surprise bug fixes? Oh, man, I missed it. You were right. Thank you, WifeQuest, for the shout out. Dark Doombringer, when I loaded this up, I was thinking, okay, I gotta get moving because I need to figure out what the heck is causing this corruption. I need to figure this out. And then I saw that star. The people who were here to start off will testify. My face made an aww. That was the best Christmas present you could have given me. Holy cow. Thank you. What ended up causing that? I hope it wasn't too much of a pain in order to resolve. Alex Nord, we meet again. Good to see ya. Hey, I haven't played your game yet today that you made. I want to do that. Defense. I want to check this out. For those of you unaware, Alex is, building a new game every single day. He's doing his own personal game jam. Okay, this is interesting. And he's just making a whole bunch of different concepts. And I think this is brilliant. This is exactly what you should be doing when you're early on in your game dev. Is just make a ton of stuff. You even have like target modes? That's cool. That's super rad. Look at that. So I was talking with someone who is a part of our Game Jam team. And they said that they talked to someone at Bungie who said the most important thing you can have on your resume when you're applying somewhere is a published game on itch.io. And if you have that, then you are instantly in the top 10% of applicants. So doing stuff like this, massive. Can I just build? Oh no, I can't build on top. Oh, and I'm on a grid too. I didn't notice that. Yeah, I'm totally on a grid. Nice. Nice. So there's no overlapping. I was wondering, how do you handle overlapping towers? Very cool. Should have gotten in sooner. Yeah, you should have, Dark Doomer. It was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at the draw hand function. Okay, let's go check that out. Alex, super rad. I'm loving this stuff. I love just seeing what you get up to every day. It's a huge inspiration to me to see someone out there just building things like that every day and being, I'm going to say this in a silly way, being courageous enough to just do the low fidelity stuff is huge. Because a lot of people get so intimidated by saying, I don't know how to draw, or I can't do music, so I might as well just not even try. Like, that's really common. So major kudos to you for getting out there, trying, building, doing things. I think you're going to find a lot of success taking that route. So thank you for sharing your journey the whole way through. Okay, I gotta do this thing. Look at the draw hands function. Surely they mean a published game on Steam, not itch, right? That's not what I was told. I was told getting something even just on itch, because it shows you have taken initiative to actually build something on your own and put it out there for the world to see. And from what it sounds like, a lot of these people that are applying, especially for junior positions, are just like coming out of school and then applying, saying, hey, I have a bachelor's. And they don't really even have a project to show for them. So being able to say, yeah, I may or may not have education. We've talked a lot about how you don't need a diploma here, but I have the qualifications you're looking for, and you can see that here. You can see the finished work of what I've built, and that shows a lot of initiative. That shows a lot of behavioral sets that are very valuable to employers. Hello again, Ariel over on YouTube. Hello, great to see ya. All right, they probably do mean itch, having your own little portfolio with one or more projects. Yeah. I mean, that's what I've heard. For junior positions, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're like a senior developer or something, you've got projects you can show. But I still would wager having your own stuff, having your own side projects is very valuable. Coming from the product design industry for 10 years, being able to say, yeah, I'm a product designer and here's my portfolio, but also I've built these other things. I have built and launched my own products is a huge selling point in the interview process. So definitely, do side projects. Don't stop doing side projects. It's hard because side projects take time and we have responsibilities we have to get to. But if you're engaging in a creative profession where there is a lot of market saturation, this is one of the best ways you can differentiate yourself. You were overthinking drawing cards. That doesn't surprise me at all, Dark Doombringer. WifeQuest, it's the same in illustration. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Side projects are what agents and art directors love most. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, Dark Doombringer. Draw a hand. Show me what I was doing wrong here. Help me to learn. So we're saying if hand draw timer equals 0, while array length of our current hand is less than the max hand size, and if the deck is not empty, or if the deck is empty, set the deck equal to the discard, and then empty the discard, and then remove the first card from the deck and add it to the hand. So we have variable new card equals deck at 0, array delete that position, and array push. So there's actually a function for this, Dark Doombringer. This is cool. This is something that I know. Hey, I'm getting to that point. Not bad for someone who just started learning how to program in GameMaker a month or so ago. There's a function that actually does this. It's array shift. There's array shift, which puts the value from one into another, the bottom or the top value, and then deletes it from the place it took it from. And then there's pop, which does the same thing but on the bottom. But this is rad. WifeQuest says because it shows your greatest strengths and interests and what you can do when you have complete creative license. Interesting. Dark Doombringer, nice. I knew about pop, but not shift. Yeah, shift. It's good stuff. Okay, so there's all this stuff that I built, which is now commented out. So what I'm curious about is we're taking that top value and shifting it into this new card variable, and then we are destroying the old hand, and then we're defining the hand position, and then we're looping through the hand array and drawing it to the room. So we are saying while we are still smaller than the length of the hand, card ref equals object hand manager dot current hand card equals instance create layer hand position card dot. So where's new card getting used? Array push. Oh, we're pushing it into the new hand. Gotcha. Okay. Gotta go. Good luck with the stream today. Okay, thanks so much, Dark Doombringer. Thanks for jumping in. Good luck at work, friend. Thanks for all of your work. My goodness, he has put in so much effort into this and really pulled our butts out of the fire, technically speaking, many times here. This is rad. This is so cool. And I noticed that you cleaned up the spacing on everything. Thank you for doing that. That was also on my list. Thank you. Appreciate you and all of your efforts. Okay. Very cool. Hey, by the way, Amanusis, I saw your post over on the Pirate Software Discord about doing that post-mortem. What was your kind of vision for that? What were you thinking that might look like? Virite. I always find it interesting watching self-taught programmers. Probably half the reason I'm lurking for a few minutes. Being motivated to dive into something so expansive and daunting is impressive. I agree. I agree, which is, I think, why a lot of people just say, other people are going to be better than me. I think what that really means is, I don't think I can do it. Because you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be so good that there is nobody better than you. But it's very intimidating. It's very hard, especially in code. It's so dense and non-discoverable. It's why when I first started learning GameMaker, let me go to an object. When I first started learning GameMaker, I started doing it in Visual. So if I'll convert this to Visual, I did it in Visual so I could have this. I could code okay. I knew how code functioned. I knew how to do ifs. I knew how to do loops and all that sort of stuff. From a conceptual standpoint, I understood it. But it was completely undiscoverable to understand how, what are the tools available to me? It's like walking into a wood shop and being expected to build an incredible armoire, but you're blindfolded. Okay. And I think IDEs have a lot to develop in that regard. I think they can learn a lot from children's coding games, to be honest. Because in those coding games, they always visualize all of your tool set. And you can actually use it and leverage it. What am I even doing? UI for the hand redraw. Right. Okay. We need to put a timer on our hand because every X amount of turns when we're in the game, we redraw up to our hand. We need to have some sort of timer here to say this is how long until it redraws. So maybe put it over here or down in the corner or something. We should maybe have a deck and a discard icon too. Amanusis, I don't have a ton planned out. My main idea was just grab everyone who is interested in talking about their game and interview them one after another. Talk about their inspirations, talk about their challenges, ask what advice they'd give, etc. That sounds very rad to me. That was my favorite part of product design, was interviewing users in particular and discovering behaviors and getting juicy tidbits out of them. I love interviewing people. If there is a way I can support that, let me know. Were you thinking of doing that over on your channel, or what sort of a venue were you expecting? Of course, we'd be more than happy to host and support. If you wanted to do the interviewing, I think that would be just fine. We can just provide a venue, whatever you'd like. Whatever we can do to support that, I think is a great idea, and I think would be super rad. Want to do anything I can to support it. I would make a great video podcast. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I am getting out the new batches of assets that have been brought in by our artists. And then we're going to... I'm just going to import... Well... I think we can actually import the sprite. Although these engorge ones are new. And the wretch is new. And writhe is new. So all of these are going to need to get brought in new. These are all towers. Oh, not tile sets. Excuse you. Come on, scroll down. Hey, scroll down, please. Come on. There we go. Drag those in. 10-minute interviews with GameJam developers about their game, process, etc. Yeah, I totally agree. As soon as Amanusa suggested that on Discord, it was like, ooh, yes, absolutely. Because I've been really trying to think about what can we do to provide more value to people than just watch me learn how to code. And I love concepts like that. Stuff like critiques, feedback sessions, passing on learnings. I'd love to do stuff like that. We're just going to rename all of these sprites to be friendly to our naming conventions. I'd love to hear about their background too, because jammers come from all kinds of backgrounds, many not even game development. Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. we've got people working right now. I'm in product design. Our lead engineer is in like industrial like architecture design and programming and stuff. Like it's a field I don't even know what the word is for it. We have a student who's just learning computer science but is doing card art for us, and then we've got my buddy of mine, Cole Chaos, who has kind of bounced around web dev, web design, and he just graduated from a design program and is now doing this, and he's using it as a way to kind of build his environmental design chops and everything. So it's super, super cool to hear about how other people are doing it. It's one of the reasons that I love the old Ninja Warrior Sakura from Japan, like the original, because you get all these crazy people doing superhuman feats and none of them are who you would expect. It's never like, oh, this Olympian, you know, represented Japan in the Olympics. It's like, this guy farms octopuses and this guy's a car salesman. And just seeing the passion that they pour into it while still maintaining their day jobs is fascinating. Of seeing this car attendant sales guy come back from work and take his cap off, take his uniform off, and then just walk outside, and you see this massive playground he has hand built with all these challenges, and he just leaps up and grabs onto a ledge with his fingertips and hangs there for like an hour. It's just, jeez. Aminusis, my idea was streaming it on my channel and letting each of the participants stream their end if they'd like. I try to cross-pollinate everyone's community. I love that. I'd enjoy talking to you about co-hosting it with me. I also want to host because I also like interviewing. Very cool, very cool. It would be a good way to get eyes on your nonprofit too. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, let's chat on Discord. Let's talk about how you'd like to accomplish that, and then any way we can support, I'm here. Love to do. Love to do. Okay, so this is our mob, by the way. A literal mob. Very cool. Let's grab our new card art as well. Deck, cards, towers. So we've got Wretch has a new sprite. Good to see you, Koku Tauchichi. Hello. Thanks for jumping in the Discord, friend. Good to have you here. Hope you're having a good time. Let us know if you're working on anything. Feel free to share or just hang out. I know it can be a little intimidating to have someone call you out and say, hey, tell us all about yourself. But, oops, I don't actually mean to do that. But if you would like to share, we would love to hear about it. We really genuinely would. Okay, there we go. This is what I've been looking for. Import, and then we have Wretch 1. There we go. Look at that. Look at that card. Isn't that so rad? Oh, that's a Maripon. Lovely. Awesome. Good to see ya. Thanks for jumping in. Okay, and then I think we've got Engorge, right? With card art? No, this is Excrete, which does have a sprite. Good. Awesome. Let's take a look at our build. Let's make sure all these sprites are showing up as they should. So we have our Excrete. We're going to dissolve. And then buy a card from the store. More excretions. Which is exactly what everyone in chat wanted to hear about today. Are you having the correct amount of excretions? Does your doctor know about the level of excretions you're experiencing? You're all very welcome. So there's our Wretch card art. Excellent. We have our mobs being brought in. Excellent. Love it. It would be cool if we had time to flip the sprite over if they're left of the base. That'd be rad. And then, oh, the tower. We need to change the tower out. Good. I'm glad I did this. So not cards, not in the deck. We need the actual building. Yes, there we go. So Writhe, you now have a sprite. And it is SPR Writhe. Yeah, sure, let's do this one. And then we've got Wretch. which has a sprite on it now. Whereas before we were just using the dissolve sprite. Nice, I love this one. This one's rad. I love that. That is so cool. Can you believe this guy's never done pixel art before? This is his first project. You can see that on the grass texture. This was the very first 8-bit art this guy had ever done. It was the first thing he ever did. And now, look at what he's producing over here. Because he's just been hungry. And he's been pushing and growing and learning and developing and growing. And like, look at what he's doing now. It's so cool. I love stuff like that. I love that story. It's one of my favorite things ever. Okay. Make sure that all these sprites are in middle center. Oh, come on. Ooh, Bile Ball. Ooh, I like that. Because if these are not in middle center, they're going to be off of our grid, and we definitely don't want that. Share what we're working on, he says. I reassure you, editor tools and optimization can be very dull. You know, you might think so. You might think so. However, you might also find quite a lot of people who are really interested in that sort of stuff. For example, Dark Doombringer, who unfortunately had to leave and go to his job. He's the sort of guy that builds game engines in his spare time for fun. Which, I'm not gonna lie, every time that guy starts talking to me, because we know each other in real life, and we'll get together and he'll start chatting about some new project he's working on. It's like, yeah, if you take these algorithmic functions and then you just apply some shaders to them, and then you can go and make your own shaders, and it's really not that hard. All you have to do is reorganize the bit structure of the fundamental molecular makeup of your computer, and it's really easy. And I admit, I lose it. But like, yeah, Aminusis. It really is interesting to some people. I mean, absolutely. WifeQuest says, so cool. I love pixel art. I used to make little pixel animals and scenes on the old school Kid Pix computer game. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Friendos, everyone in chat, you are seeing my failings as a husband. WifeQuest is my literal wife. I did not know this about her. I love her so much more now. That is so cool. What are we even doing? My goodness. UI for hand redraw. We need to get this built in. We need an object is what we need. Do we need an object? Do we want an object? Or do we just draw a sprite with text to the GUI? I think that's what we do. Let's go into our time passing script. Progress time. Here we are. Who is this woman? I agree. I ask myself that all the time. We've been married for 10 years now. More than 10 years, like 10 and a half. And every time I think I know who this person is, she pulls out one of these things. And I'm just like, who are you? I never would have expected this from you. Wife quest completed, it sounds like. Oh, man. She's pretty special, and I work hard every day to try and earn that privilege of being on that quest. Now, I do mess up. I do fail. I do kind of suck sometimes, but I repent. I apologize, and I try to do better, and she does a good job of letting me know when I need to as well, which is good. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Because if you are uncomfortable discussing things you're unhappy about with your partner, you're not going to last very long. So, okay. Draw from deck. I think this is what we do. We'll just set this in here, right? Now the problem is, we may need an object here. We may need an object because this script only runs at certain times, so we can't have it like in a step that's going to be running every frame. So if we set it to draw to the GUI here, I don't think it's going to work. Let's just do a quick text check here. Let's say draw sprite of I don't know, SPR base. Sure. Subimage 0, X at 50, Y at 50. And I can almost guarantee we're not even going to see this thing. It may not work. Amanusis, gotta go. I'll be back later if I can. Right on, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you taking the time to be here today. So yeah, we're not seeing anything up here. And every time I am spending time, we should be seeing something spawning here, but we're not. So that is not going to work. It is not in the draw step. So we're going to have to set... We're going to have an object that draws in the GUI. And that object in the GUI will just draw our time sprite and draw the countdown timer inside of it. And then this script will handle the actual time. I think this is going to be really easy. This is going to be really easy. Alex, put the game on itch.io already so I can try it. Oh, Alex, you're great. So that is actually on our lead developer's plate, because he's amazing. He is working on getting it exported. So we're working on making it so it is online. You don't have to download it. There is a problem, which I need him to teach me about, because when he exported it, nothing was working. And it looks like he figured it out last night, and he knows what he needs to do, so he just needs time to work on it, which is awesome. So once he gets that resolved, it will be up on itch.io. We will be very, very excited to share it with everyone. It's very bare bones. It's not very... let's be real. This is not a very thrilling game. It's not going to knock your socks off. But it exists, it works, and it's an awesome base. And I think it's something that genuinely could be a commercial project if time were spent to really make things super rad. For example, some things that we've really wanted to do but haven't had time is like having relics on the map. So you have to like expand out and reach them and grab them and pull them in. And then that modifies how things behave, you know, like relics and Slay the Spire type style. So there's all sorts of really neat things we wanted to do but haven't had time. And if this persists, you know, there are things we could do to really amplify that experience of the game. Virite, the tool I'm revisiting at the moment, is for faking depth of field in 2D side-scrolling titles for Unity using a not-so-novel approach. Faking depth of field in 2D side-scrolling. So my understanding of that is if something is far away, it will be blurred, right? To a certain extent. And the further away, kind of the more blurred with not a huge spread it will be. Is that right? Thank you for sharing, by the way. So let's give this its sprite. Let's go to UI. Where's our time? Is it resources? Raw? Sprite time? There we go. There's sprite time. So we will simply, in the draw GUI event, we'll say draw self, and we'll just hand position this, to be honest. We're just gonna throw it in. We don't need to like instance create it or anything. That's not necessary. Where is our object? There it is. It's all the way down there. Let's throw. Come on, Game Maker. Sometimes it just hangs. And yeah, let's just put this in UI, because that's really all that it is. Let's put this, I don't know, over here. Sure. And then we're going to draw text at X and Y. And the string will be global.hand timer, hand draw timer. And I think that that might be all we need to do to get this up and running. Correcto. Things which are further from you are blurred, as well as those on the foreground. Oh, nice. Good thinking applying to the foreground as well, by the way. That's awesome. One of these days, we need to figure out how to do like a film analysis of Kurosawa's Hidden Fortress, because Kurosawa was just a master of foreground, middle ground, background. Really, really amazing stuff. And game developers could learn a lot by analyzing his films. WifeQuest says, seriously, it's amazing. Yeah, it is. And this is from someone who's not a film nerd, as WifeQuest is not, right? I mean, she likes films, but it's not like something that she really loves. Frankly, I'm not really either. Not as much as a lot of other people are. So, okay, it looks like our timer is working. We got some styling problems. But yeah, I mean, he was known for his dedication to foreground, middle ground, background, which is very, very, very easy to forget about. Cool. This is working. Let's work on our styling here. First off, our time sprite needs to have its center set. There we go. It's origin set. And then we need to set our draw set color. I will just say black. Can I not do just that? Do I have to do like a what format are you expecting? Every shot is so perfectly composed. Yeah, absolutely. All his films are amazing. Yojimbo is probably my favorite. So Yojimbo, I have not actually seen. I have not seen Yojimbo, and I really should. That'd be a fun movie night, WifeQuest. We should do that. What? No, it's true. I haven't. In fact, I'm gonna tear the curtain down here a little bit and say Hidden Fortress is actually the only Kurosawa film I've watched, I think. And I watched it in a film analysis class, and that's why I watched it. And I've never gone to the effort of finding any of his other films. And I should. I should, because I feel I would be enriched as a person if I did that. Draw, set, color. And what are you expecting? C_black. Okay, we can do that. C_black. That works just fine. And then draw, set, color. We'll reset it to white. C_white. There we go. Save. Run. Play. Okay. It's there. Why? What's going on here? It is a Western, or rather defined what a Western is, which is why A Fistful of Dollars with Clint Eastwood is a shot-for-shot remake of it. Really? Wow, that's interesting. You know, Westerns are an era of film that I've never really analyzed very much, and I should, because it's a fascinating space to explore with a whole lot of history between Westerns and spaghetti Westerns and kind of their rise and fall. Like, you don't see any Westerns anymore. Like, they don't really exist. I think the last like true Western that I saw was the remake of Dirty Dozen or something, which was kind of like fine, but it's kind of like RTSs, you know. It's like it kind of ballooned for a while and then people moved away from it, and it's not like it has died. It's not like Westerns don't get made anymore. They just don't look like Westerns anymore. They look like Star Wars. Once you see Yojimbo, you will see a bunch of video games that are basically remakes of Yojimbo. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Magnificent Seven, not Dirty Dozen. Yes, thank you, WifeQuest. You're totally right. Yep. Let's do center here. FA center, thank you. I will say, as much as I rag on IDEs for being completely impenetrable, there have been some really good advances since I started coding with stuff like that, of that kind of autocomplete and everything. That's really great. Okay, you are yelling at me. So we need FA middle, not center. Okay. Okay. And that, and then we'll reset that to be FA left, and then FA top. Let's try that out. See what we get. Hey, there we go. Although it's starting off at 0. It's a bummer. But it's working. There we go. Making it happen. Works just fine. We just need to set it set it appropriately. So for some reason, that is not... So, okay, first off, let's annotate our code so that other people can come along later and actually find what it is that what we're building here. Woo! By the way, we've had a lot of people jumping in today. Thank you so much for joining. It is so great seeing so many returning faces and so many new people. For those of you unaware, we are a nonprofit dedicated to helping people enter the games industry, and we're doing that by every 6 months having a new group of strangers come together who are looking to make a career transition, get paid a salary, and have an opportunity to build a game together for 6 months, kind of like a long game jam. And then by the end, we have a published game on Steam for them that they can use as a portfolio project in order to sell themselves for wherever they want to go, whether it's joining a studio or a small studio or building stuff on their own. Giving people that skill set is what we're all about. And there's a whole lot more we can talk about that, but that is the mission and vision. Right now, we are doing game jams ourselves and building projects ourselves until we are able to have the skill set for me of having built multiple projects so I can help teams actually get through this. We are starting to look into doing kind of regular weekly critique nights for graphics, for audio, for programming, for design. And if you are interested in participating as a mentor in those critique sessions, reach out. We'd love to have you. So draw the timer centered in the sprite with a black text color. There we go. Also, we have all sorts of people hanging out in our Discord. Everyone's sharing their game jam work that they're doing. It's a jumping place. We're having a really, really great time. So if that sounds interesting to you, you want to be inspired by people that are making games literally every single day, then come hang out. We'd love to have you. We'd love to hear what you're working on and throw you some support. And to geek out about what you think is cool. What projects you're doing. All right. I'm gonna throw this all over here. We've got Nah. Oh, did Dark Doombringer also... That guy. All right. I'm just gonna exit this real quick and put a star on can't play cards while enemy takes their turn, and I'm gonna move it over to his column because he already did it. Goodness gracious, this guy. This is the power of getting good people on your team, by the way. This team has been phenomenal. I've been so astonished every single day logging on and seeing the amount of work that has been poured into it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Alex Nor, did he comment all your code? He's rewritten a large portion of it. He's done a whole lot. Let me show you the hand draw script, because you saw what state it was in before. You were here during that big long marathon stream we did trying to get the gameplay loop up and running. He condensed all of this into this. So he's been doing quite a lot and helping out a ton. I don't know what state we would be in without him here, to be honest. Nor do I know what state we would be in without our other two team members who are doing all of the environmental art, all of the card art. Like, it's been great to just have a team that runs and is filled with passionate people that are dedicated to making something awesome happen. Very cool. And then getting that shout out from PirateSoftware, really fueled the fire, I think. But to be frank, the fire was very much burning and already there. So we're just super thrilled. All right, well, I mean, the UI for hand redraw is done. Look at that. We still got 50 minutes left. Let's start looking at music. And this is a space that I am admittedly 100% out of my depth on. Before I was in product design, I was going to be an audio major. But then I found product design, and I just kind of stuck around there. And so I haven't been in the audio world for a very, very, very long time. And I don't even know where to look for stuff, because none of us are going to compose music. So we need to find royalty free music that we can use. And I think Freesound does have music on it, right? Let's try this. I'm going to bring this into our browser here so we can actually see it. And we're just looking for something that has kind of an industrial sort of vibe. You know, maybe some loud bum ba da bum, but then kind of some ethereal weirdness with the eldritch side. So I mean, let's do a search for like industrial. Let's see what we get here. Heavy industrial techno kicks. That sounds fun. Ooh. Ooh, that is a good sound effect. If we were making like a sci-fi game, that'd be great. Let's see. Can we like search for music? Industrial guitar. Doom Man has entered the chat. Interesting. You know, we actually have a lot of comments in our Discord team of sound effects. I'm curious if anyone has put music in there. No. Okay. Darn. I was really hoping. What are some good sound effects and music we can use? A scroll through an industrial estate. Turn the volume up a little bit. Virite. All right, I need to bounce, but I may as well share the method for the tool. As I said, it was a novel. Please. The oversimplified explanation of the tool is that it relies on asset duplication, which admittedly sounds horrible. Rather than shader or render modifications, such as forcing sprites to write depth values into a buffer, the editor swaps sprites with efficiently packed blurred versions during edit time. Whoa. The blurred assets and the sprite sheets themselves are automatically built as required when working in the editor. When a sprite is added or moved, the editor checks if a blurred version for that depth bucket exists. If there isn't a version available, it produces a drastically reduced resolution duplicate. Gaussian blurs it, and then rebuilds sheets. The sprite is also assigned to the renderer when made. This is automated, so no user interaction is required, and since the blurred assets have reduced resolutions, the result is often a lower build size and memory footprint. That sounds fascinating, right? That is super cool. Thank you so much for sharing. And you said that's for Unity, right? Specifically for Unity. That is super rad. That is really, really interesting. It's kind of cool. Not really what we're looking for, but pretty cool. It is for Unity, but given a lot of the code is agnostic, probably works fine for the most part in Godot with shim. Nice. That's very cool, Virite. That sounds like a really rad project. I hope when you finish it that you share it out with us where we can go take a look at it. And then, you know, if it's in a store, like a Unity asset store or something, I'd love to have the link. It sounds super rad. All right, let's see what we can do here. Bend sound, free music. Because I know I use chill hops for a lot of stuff. I thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming in and sharing with us all. That is super cool. I would like to do chill hop stuff, but chill hop isn't really the vibe that we're going for here. So let's see what we can find. Let's do ambient. It's a little too hopeful there. Let's try boundless space. Yeah, same thing. Wake up. Chill hop is always the vibe. That's why it's chill hop. All right, that's kind of interesting. A lot of these are just kind of more like ethereal, like, like I'm discovering myself. Yay! You know, we don't want that. We want like a dread sort of feeling. Man, I could totally see you going for something similar to the Stranger Things soundtrack. Yeah, that's a great point. It's a great point. That would be a pretty good vibe for this, with like some heavy clanging and flames going up or something to match the industrial vibe. Okay, okay. I'm liking that one. Oh no! You said it was royalty free. Excuse you? Royalty free music. But it's royalty free. Darn it. There's some free Stranger Things music available on Pixabay. Pixabay. I thought that sounded weird to me. Isn't this oh, they do have a music category. Well, look at that. Okay. I mean, I had no idea there was a music version of this. Let's go to our browser here. There's Stranger Things. Yeah, that's very Stranger Things. You used it in your last game. Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you for the heads up. I don't want it to be like, if it's possible, I'd love for it to not be quite so synthy. If we can find something like that. And I also don't want it to be like, oh, that's just Stranger Things. And I don't know if these are literal Stranger Things or if it's just like very strongly of the vibe of. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Very strongly of the vibe. Okay, right on. Very cool. Thank you. I wasn't totally sure. I admit I haven't actually watched very much of Stranger Things. I watched the first couple of seasons, and then when I just realized it was going to be more of the same horror tropes of just like the character you actually like every season dying, I kind of just stopped watching. Oh. Okay. This is rad. Okay, so I definitely want this one. I like that one a lot. That's a little too synthy. Rival in Utopia. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that one. Nah, not the right vibe. This is basically just the X-Files. It's okay, but not necessarily my favorite. It could possibly work. Nah. No. Let's do a search for Cthulhu and see what we get. Cosmic horror theme. You know, I could almost see that one like underneath the Stranger Thing one that we downloaded. Set it to like a lower volume to ride under and kind of give a bit more of that cosmic horror vibe to the more synthy sort of thing that we found. I could see that. So that's cool. I like it. It's a bummer it's only a minute and it's not very upbeat. So I think that kind of disqualifies it for us, but I think I'm gonna try that. I think I'm gonna try doing those two different music tracks layered on top of each other. Let's give that a shot. And this is where I also need to figure out how do I actually put music in Game Maker. I haven't had to do that before. Man. Play audio? That sounds like just for like a sound effect though. No, it is for music as well. You're out. Have a good stream. Thank you so much, Alex Nord. Thank you for hanging out as always and for putting stuff out there every day. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Have a great day. Okay. Let's well, hey. So let me bring over what I'm looking at here so you can all follow along. We've got if mouse down, if global music is set, then set global music to true. I don't know why, if it is true, we are setting it to true. And then play audio, sound, music ambiance. Music. If not, then set it to false and stop the audio. There's something weird about that global variable. Anyways, yeah, okay. Sounds like we can just do play audio on like game start. So let's go back to Game Maker. And we will go to what? Room? No, we don't want it in a room. Let's just do it in object global. Let's just do it in global. And we will say jump all the way down here and we will say begin music. And then how do we include the music file? We have our included files in the project. How did we get to that? Included files. I think we just dragged and dropped things in. So let's say backdrop. I'm going to rename these so they're a little more easily referenceable. Music. I can just drag them in. Question mark. Good. Lovely. And then it is a little weird that there's not a really obvious sounds folder, because there is for everything else, including like animation curves and everything. Oh. I'm very, very happy I'm doing this in front of a crowd where I'm incredibly accountable. Just leave that there. Okay, great. So we've got sounds. Hooray. That's it. Ooh. Okay, pause, hold on, pause. Sound mixer, this looks rad, let's do this. This looks way better. I think that's interesting. So we now have a sound, an audio group. We have an audio group. Let's go to our object global. And we will say play, play audio? No. Okay. What's the actual code? This is what I talk about when I say, like, it's just impenetrable. You kind of just have to guess. Ariel on YouTube, are you guys managing to get everything done before deadline? Yeah, it's actually going really, really well. So we had a meeting last night to go over, each of the days. What do we want to get done on each of those days? So ending with submitting, we kind of decided we wanted Thursday to be exclusively for playtesting and refining. And then Friday is just wrapping up any refinements and then submitting. So that left us with Tuesday and Wednesday. And you can see we've got a whole bunch of stars on these things. Our lead developer is working on the export, making sure we can actually play it in a browser. And we're working on sound effects, music. That's what I'm doing right now. Our lead developer worked on our deck corruption issue and playing the cards on the enemy's turn. He already got that done. Our enemy units are all drawn out and done. And we've just got some more art that needs to be finished. And then he's going to build a tutorial. I'm going to replace some of the sprites, although I may... Gosh, he's taking on so much stuff. Maybe I steal sound effects from him or something. Anyways, we're on track. We're on track to have something really neat. I'm really excited about it. I think we're doing it right. So yeah, thanks for asking. How are you doing? How's the capstone project going? Let's see here. Audio emitters exists. Can I say like play sound? Okay. So that's looks like our function EV play sound. Is that right? Oh, audio play sound. Where did I get EV from? Audio play sound. Okay. You provide the sound asset and assign it a priority, which is then used to determine how sounds are dealt with. Okay. So gain, offset, pitch, and listener mask are optional. Can I do... So the actual sound we're looking for is... If possible, I would love to reference the audio group. Audio group default. Audio group default. Keep that in memory, chat. Help me to not forget things. OJ Global. Audio group default. Okay. I think that's the right thing. Priority, I don't really care. We'll just say 10 and false. Or true. True to loops. We do want loops. Okay. So why are you yelling at this? Audio group appears where the type sound is expected. Can I not play audio group? There's group stop all. Audio synchronization. Play in sync group. With this function, you can assign a sound to a previously created sync group. The group index is the value returned when you created the group using the function audio create sync group. And the sound index is the index of any compressed sound. Well, I don't think that's not really what we're trying. Ariel says, I don't have time for my project right now. Busy doing assignments for other classes. Plus one of my group mates paid me to do some for him. Oh, very cool. So, yeah, I hear the difficulty of trying to do school. When you have the thing that you're actually trying to do, and then there are a bunch of classes on top of that. Well, that's rough. I hope it lightens up here a little bit for you. With this function, you can start playing a previously created sync group. You need to supply the group index. So can we just do this? Audio start sync group, and it's audio group default? Is that the name? Audio sync group is expected. Okay. GM audio group. Let's search for that in the documentation. See if we come up with something better. Audio group ID. Okay. Group load. This function will load all the sounds that are flagged as belonging to the given audio group into memory. The function will return true if loading is initiated, or false if the group ID isn't valid or has already been flagged for loading. Okay, but how do we play the audio group? So there's group set gain and group stop. This function will stop all sounds from the given audio group that are currently playing. I don't want that. Set and get gain. Okay, well, all right. Sounds like the easy thing to do here, which is the name of the game for game jamming, is not doing it this way. And we will just do audio play sound. And this will be backdrop. And it will be music, which are bad names, but they're the names we deserve. So what are you yelling at me for? Inconsistent naming. All right, fine. We'll rename it. Fine, game maker. If you're gonna yell at me with the squiggly lines, then I'll do it. There we go. And then music. There we go. Let's check this out. So when we hit play, it should start up some music. It is a little discordant. And I can't tell if I like it or not. I think there's probably better ambiances we could find. Let's look for Eldritch. Ducks from Hell. Right, okay, so let's not do that. Ooh, this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice. I kind of like that. What's your license? Creative Commons, perfect. What about Murmurs of the Deep? Attribution 4, okay, we don't want that one. We want Creative Commons. I mean, we can attribute it. That's fine. But I just want to make sure that there's like no chance of us getting in trouble. Kind of like the Ducks from Hell. Okay, yeah, I like... Oh, that sounds so good. It's a shame. I'd love to use that. I just don't have the wherewithal right now to figure out how to deal with it. Attribution non-commercial. Can I search for license type? Because all I want to see is Creative Commons. Here we go. Creative Commons. There we go. Zipper variety. Okay. Not really what we're looking for. I'm not getting much Eldritch from that. Let's try... What should we try? What should we try? Ambiance? Atmosphere, maybe? This is all like people in a space. Alright, WifeQuest yelled out, try dystopian. Let's try that. We do also want some amount of length on it. So we want, like, at least, you know, 90 seconds. Yeah. Well. I actually kind of like this. Okay. Gonna go ahead and log in here. Let's start downloading these. So there's Nightmare Drone, and we're gonna kind of experiment with some different sounds here. And then sci-fi music loop. Okay. And we're gonna keep these up so we can credit them in some way, but at least we have Creative Commons so we don't have to worry about like getting the accreditation right. We definitely want to credit the artist though. Okay, let's bring in these extra sounds. Once again, I'm going to rename these sound drones and sound sci-fi loop. We'll bring both these in. Doot. Let's try this out. Drones and sci-fi loop. Can I like make an audio group? Yeah, assign audio group, create new. Nice. And this will be music 1. Add asset. We want drone. Okay, they're already here. Good. Can I play in the audio group? How did we get to this? Not default. Oh, darn it. Okay. I guess I needed to hit create new. Audio group 1, and you are going to be music 1. Add new. Yeah? Are we good now? Music 1? Because I'd really like to... Alright, whatever. Down a little. Got down more. I kind of like that. Kind of like that a lot, actually. Let's pause on drones and let's load in the Stranger Things music. Or not the Stranger Things, the other ambiance, the backdrop, yeah. I feel like those high pitches make it harder for it to blend into the background. What if we try sound music with the drones? I kind of like the sci-fi loop better. I'm not gonna lie. I think I like this better. I think I like this combo better. So let's go ahead and let's give that a shot. So we have sound drones and sound sci-fi loop instead. Copy, commit or comment. There we go. And then we have sound drones and sound sci-fi loop. Let's try that out. See what that gives us. Is it giving us anything? Is it just slow? I can't tell. I'm still not hearing anything. I think it's not playing for some reason. So let's go to sound drones. Because, like, to start off with, yeah, there's definitely, like, stuff happening there. And same with sci-fi loop, right? If we go back to the very beginning and hit play, takes a little bit, but you definitely start to hear it. So why is global not playing that sound? Yeah, I think we've listened long enough that we're not getting anything there. So why not? These ones worked just fine. Like if I uncomment them, you work just fine. So why don't the other ones work? Oh, error. Audio group for sound drones and sound sci-fi loop is not loaded. So is this like an object and instances thing where like you can't reference it if it's not loaded into an audio group? So audio group load, and then we will load music 1. Oops. And will that fix our problem? No, still not loaded. Son of a biscuit. Where is your audio group? Music 1. It's right there. So why are you not getting loaded? Music 1. You recognize it's an audio group. Okay. Tell you what, in the spirit of the game jam and in moving fast, we are simply going to we'll just put them in the default group too. Because that one seems to be working, even though I don't know why. So we will add in this one, I guess. That's kind of cool. You can have like multiple audio groups. It's rad. So we'll just bring these in to the default audio group. Oh man, it's still saying it's not loaded. Why not? Why not? Oh, because it hasn't saved? Is there a way to save this? Okay, let's go to auto group default and we're going to add drones. We're going to add sci-fi loop. We gonna work now? We gonna play nice? We gonna cooperate? Ah, there we go. I think we want that drones to be way more quiet. Way more quiet. So how do we change the volume level? Oops. Audio set Master gain? You can set the absolute value for the global volume of all sounds and music for a specific listener. I mean, I don't really want that. I want to change the volume of a specific sound. Sound set. Gain. Okay, good. So we can do sound drones and set you to what? With this function, you can play any sound resource in your game. Set the channel priority. No, okay, there we go. That's the right one. With this function, you can fade a sound in or out over a given length of time, or it can be used to set the sound gain instantly. Okay, that's really what we're looking for here. Level is what are you expecting there? Oh, the default asset level gain is the slider in the mixer. So I can just go down to drones and like throw it way far down. Supposedly. Supposedly that will do the job. Okay. Let's hit play. Can we set our sci-fi loop to start a little bit further in? It's like start at the 13-second mark instead of at the 0-second mark. Let's throw it way into the middle, just to see if that's actually going to do what we think it's doing. Or if I'm breaking my brain. Yeah, no, that's not what's happening. Okay. So the volume carries through, but not this. So what I think we need to do is we need to set this to 0 for drones and then slowly introduce it. And then I need to figure out how to push that sci-fi sound further in and then fade it in as well. Okay. So what is our gain set to right now? It's at 0.1. So the sound that we want here, or the volume that we want, is what? 0.1 over length for the change in gain in milliseconds. That's very, very tiny. So 1,000 is 1 second. Let's say 10 seconds. Over 10 seconds, fade in. And then, oop, typo. Oh no, insert! Oh, insert. I wish I could just remove you from my computer. And then we're going to do the same thing to sci-fi loop. But it's going to be a much sharper gain over a much shorter amount of time. So let's say over 3 seconds. So instead of 10,000, it'll be 3,333. Okay. And yes, those should be variables. Yes, they should be. But it's a game jam. We're just building what we can. So we want sound position. I worry that's going to get me like putting it in space, and that's not what I'm wanting. I want to like move the timeline. Audio timeline? Header? Oh, timelines are like a thing in GameMaker. Okay, that's not what we want then. Playhead? Start time? Ooh, sound loop start. Sets the loop start point in seconds. Ooh. Yes, that sounds what we're looking for. I've returned, Amanusis, the prodigal developer. How are ya? How's your day been treating ya? Sound sci-fi loop. And time will be... What are we doing this in? Seconds? Okay, so let's say 30 seconds in. Just to see what happens. Busy but good. Very good. Busy with your game or busy with other things? This is not working. Work, unfortunately. Ah, bummer. That's okay. That's okay, though. You gotta pay the bills. You gotta be responsible about things. You gotta do things right. Maripon, finally, 2 hours to get the camera to obey my commands, but it's working. Congratulations, Maripon. That's the best feeling in the world, when you finally work through something exciting.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Hooray. Congratulations, Maripon. You'll share good. I hope you do. Subjugate the software. Ooh, audio sound get track position. There we go. That sounded good. We want that a lot earlier. We want that dum 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 dum. We want that way earlier. Okay, that's sounding really good. I'm liking the vibe. I'm liking the sounds. And, oh, we got it. Okay, hold on. I'm downloading something that I probably shouldn't. Track position. Hold on. Hold the front door. Check this out. This is what Maripon shared in the Discord. Audio sound get track position. Hey, that's my voice on that. That's right. You can't see my face, unfortunately. I've got a big old smile on. And so the teacher's coming to check, and the animations are all working. The models are all looking good and in. You even got like set dressing in with the books and stuff, and the lone keyboard in the back and the apple on the desk. I love that. Audio sound. Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. I love seeing stuff like that. Very cool. That's actually the first time I've seen your game. So thank you for sharing that too. All right, let's keep going. Game maker. We just got to figure out how to set that play track at the right point. And we could go into loop points and everything, but I'm not going to lie. I don't know that we really need to. We've got... What is it? There was a... Okay, sound set track position. Sound set track position. Sound set track position. Index and time. Good. Okay, that should work. Yeah, the animations need to be staggered, and there are a few more to go in. Also, the 2D set dressing isn't in yet. Gracias. De nada, claro que sí. Sí, claro que sí, Maripon. Muchas gracias por compartir. Yes, pues. Sí, pues, sí, pues. Ooh. There we go. That's working. That's working. Okay, we need to back it off hard Oh, that's so good though. Maybe I don't, because I love having that happen exactly when it's happening. I want it just a few seconds in. So maybe we just change our fade up. So instead of happening in 3 seconds, let's say it's in 5 seconds. Let's see where this takes us. Yeah, loving it. Loving it. I'm still feeling that the sound drones is a little loud. So let's half it down to 0.5. Let's change this to 0.5. It's feeling a little harsh right out of the gate. It's still pretty dang loud. Is it not actually doing what I'm telling it to? Or rather what I think that I'm telling it to? We're going to start it at 30 seconds. Let's bring it down a lot. Because that's pretty intense. Let's try that. Okay. It's feeling better. Still feels a little loud to me. Let's crank this down a bunch. Down to 0.15. Oh, and actually, hold on. Let's do an actual test here. I'm going to set it to 0.01. Should be imperceptible. And I'm wondering if my set gain call is interfering with what I'm putting in here. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's go back to our global. By the way, we may be jumping off any minute now. So as soon as my daughter leaves her room, I will be jumping off for the day. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It has been a joy to have you all here. Once again, if you're new here around these parts, we are a nonprofit dedicated to helping people gain the skill sets they need to enter the video game industry. If that sounds like something you'd love to be a part of and support, you're being a foundational member by viewing, and your subscription follows. All those sorts of things are vital, absolutely vital for our dream to try and help people grow in ways that they may have considered impossible. And that's really what we're doing here. We're trying to help as many people as we can attempt things that they thought was impossible. So thank you for being here. WiveQuest, you are the pleasure. We're all lucky to have you here in the chat. Okay. I'm going to set the sound gain to 0.5. Let's try that. So it's just start off very low. That's feeling better. Start playing cards. Still feeling a little high to me. Let's half it. Let's see where that takes us.
You got one, and you got nar and then nar.
A little bit. Do you want to try some coding?
Cody.
Let's do some coding. Right. That's sounding a lot better to me. Just kind of being in the background. I'm liking that a lot. In fact, that's the kids' pathway going underneath all my lights and blankets I have set up to try and make the stream not look and sound terrible. Yeah, that's just for kids, huh? Are you gonna code games while I make games? Yeah. I love that. That's so cool. Okay, so cool. Right on. Well, I think we got music.
I got some money.
Congratulations, little one. You got some money. All right. I think we got music in. This is great. And then well, maybe I'll do some work off stream for sound effects. Because I do need to jump off here pretty soon. And I would love to take some off of our lead developer's plate because, boy, has he got a lot left that he is hoping to get done. So this is great, though. Let's do one last little victory lap. Look at all this. We've got our title screen. We have play. We get our sounds start to come in.
Two donuts. I have two puppies.
This is great. Can you imagine how good it's going to be when we start getting sound effects in? Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Look at this. We've built a game. Guys, we've done it. Eminu says, I'm switching over to my stream. Good luck and see you later. Okay, hold on, sweetie. One second. I'm right there with you. Let's go ahead and give Amanusis a raid then, because I'm jumping off and he's starting. Let's go ahead and send him some attention. Thank you so much for being with us all today. I've loved hanging out with all of you. I appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Okay. I hear you. Here we go. I hear you. Yeah. Everyone hears you, huh? Yeah. Oh, shoot. Amanusis, get online, man. I want to send you a raid. Hit that start stream button. Get going. All right. Well, unfortunately, you're trying? Okay. All right. Well, we'll be patient. We'll keep doing some stuff in the meantime. Let's start looking at sound effects. Yes, sweetheart. Okay, I think you should use the crazy colors then. You should definitely do that. Let's look at our Discord here. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean crazy colors? Oh, okay. We're gonna hit the video quality a little bit here because the daughter requests it. We're gonna do crazy colors. Not that one. Not that one. I think I know which one you want. There we go. Yeah, I thought that's what you wanted. So let's start bringing in some sound effects here. And checking out if they have the right attributions for us or not. That's attribution 4. I don't want to deal with that, unfortunately. Creative Commons. Ooh. All right. We'll download that one and we'll bring it in.
Think
so,
now the stream is started.
Oh, there he goes. All right. He's on. We'll do the raid now. Thanks for sticking around. You're all lovely. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll go ahead and get this stream going. Get the raid going, that is. Boy, if Twitch is gonna recognize he's online. Come on, raid. There we go. All right, let's start the raid. We'll see y'all over there. Here's his Twitch for those of you on YouTube. Go hang out with him. He's a great guy. In any case, hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Did that work? Did it work? It said I'm raiding, and then it disappeared. Okay, we are raiding.